Next, crochet different phases of motifs and combine them. Let's start by looking at the finished product. Following the making order, counting from bottom to top, there are a total of 6 phases to crochet. Start with phase 1. This involves picking up stitches on a group of sewn up motif 1. It mainly consists of back and forth crocheting. A variety of new stitch techniques are used. Refer to the chart for details. The colors for motif 1 can be referenced from the finished product image. When crocheting back and forth, it's important to distinguish between the right side and the wrong side. While crocheting all phases, the right side should always match with the right side of all motifs. Additionally, the chart reflects the effect seen from the right side. Start by crocheting the first row on the right side. Read the chart from right to left. Attach the yarn at the chain stitch position on the upper right corner of the motif's right side. This is the chain stitch position. Do not crochet into the single crochet stitch on the left side. Make a slip knot to start. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Then, from the stitch at the lower left corner, work single crochets evenly. When you reach the chain stitch at the corner, work 2 single crochets directly into the chain stitch. Continue by working 1 single crochet in the corner position of the left motif. Work single crochets correspondingly downward. Work 1 single crochet in the corner position. Row 1 is completed. Everyone, refer to the pattern and check the stitch count. Move on to the second row. Crochet on the wrong side. Read the chart from left to right. Start with a chain of 3 as the beginning chain. The beginning chain corresponds to the last stitch below. Turn your work. That is, flip the piece so that the right end faces outward. Begin from the second stitch below. Work double crochets evenly. Pay attention, start from the second stitch below. Don't crochet to this point. Otherwise, you will end up with extra stitches. The last double crochet goes into the first single crochet stitch. You can flip it over to check. Make sure not to miss any stitches. The second row is now complete. Next, work on the third row. Crochet on the right side. This row in the chart has 2 colors. This means using different colors of yarn respectively. Start with 3 chains using the original color to begin. Turn your work. Work into each stitch, starting from the second stitch below, corresponding 1 by 1. Crochet 3 double crochets. The next stitch is a different color. You need to change colors here. First, pull the last double crochet back to an incomplete double crochet. Then join the new color with the yarn tail. Yarn over and crochet through. Tighten the original yarn. The color change is now complete. This double crochet stitch is also completed. Refer to the original color of yarn as color 1. The newly attached yarn is referred to as color 2. Skip 3 stitches below. With color 2, work a treble crochet 3 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together. That is, in this position. First, work 3 incomplete treble crochets. While crocheting, wrap all the yarn tails within. One, 2, 3. There should be 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops. The treble crochet 3 stitches into the same stitch and crocheted together is now complete. This is its stitch. Gently pull to tighten the yarn tail for joining. Then, work 3 chain stitches. Below in the same position, work a single crochet. Work 3 chain stitches again. In the same position, work a treble crochet 3 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together. There are 4 loops on the hook. Since the next stitch will switch back to color 1. Yarn over with color 1 here. Draw through all loops on the hook in one go. Slightly tighten the yarn tail. 1 treble crochet 3 stitches into the same stitch and crocheted together is completed, and the color change is also finished. The stitches worked inside this stitch are called a group of bobbles. Color changes always happen in the stitch before the color change. Work an incomplete stitch to change colors. Let me demonstrate again. Skip 2 stitches below and work 3 double crochets and wrap the yarn tail. At the end of the 3rd double crochet, switch to color 2. Skip 2 stitches. Then work a group of bobbles on the 3rd stitch. That is 1 treble crochet 3 stitches into the same stitch and crocheted together. Don't forget to wrap the yarn tail. Three chain stitches. 1 single crochet. 3 chain stitches. 1 treble crochet 3 stitches into the same stitch and crocheted together. And switch back to color 1 at the end. Another group of bobbles is completed. Continue alternating between color 1 and color 2. Working 3 double crochets and a group of bobbles. There are skip stitches before and after each bobble group. The number of skipped stitches for the first and last groups is different. Refer to the chart as you continue crocheting. Finally, work on the turning chain from the previous row. Crochet 1 more double crochet. For the next row, continue crocheting on the right side. Secure with a chain stitch. Cut off color 1. Since color 2 is no longer needed, leave a tail and cut it directly. Adjust all the puff stitches of this row. This will make the texture stand out on the right side. Row 3 is now complete. Move down to the 4th row. This row also uses 2 colors of yarn. Color 1 and color 3. Start by joining color 1 at the beginning chain. You can flip it over to see. This is the position of the beginning chain. Pick up the 2 strands from the side and back. Make 3 chains as a beginning chain. Then crochet 3 double crochets. Crochet 1 single crochet into the puff stitch, and switch to color 3. Specifically, at this stitch, start with an incomplete single crochet. Pick up color 3. Yarn over and draw through in once, completing the single crochet. This also completes the color change. For all subsequent color changes, they will be done using incomplete stitches. Next, crochet 3 chains. On the single crochet stitch below, make 1 half double crochet, 4 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together. Start with 4 incomplete half double crochets, making sure to wrap all the yarn. One, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over and draw through all the loops on the hook in once. The half double crochet, 4 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together is completed. On the top right are its stitches. Chain 3 more. Pay attention. Next, use color 1. Work a single crochet into the bobble stitch. Change colors when making the 3rd chain. This switches back to color 1. The stitches worked with color 3 can be referred to as a group of leaves. Work another single crochet. Make a half double crochet on the left side. Work at 2 double crochets into the same stitch downwards, which means making 2 double crochets in the same stitch. The 2 double crochets into the same stitch is completed. Continue with a half double crochet and a single crochet, and switch to color 3. The stitches behind the leaf can be referred to as a transition motif. For the rest of this row, alternate crocheting, leaves and transition motifs. Let me demonstrate again. Start with 3 chain stitches. In the single crochet stitch below, make a half double crochet, 4 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together. First, work 4 incomplete half double crochets. Yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook in one go. The half double crochet, 4 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together is completed. Work 3 more chain stitches. Pay attention to switch back to color 1 for the 3rd chain stitch. This completes 1 leaf group. Continue crocheting the transition pattern. 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 2 double crochets into the same stitch. One half double crochet, 1 single crochet, and switch to color 3. Repeat this process as you go along. For the ending of the last leaf group, switch back to color 1. Crochet 1 single crochet, 4 double crochets, no more color 3. Leave a yarn tail and cut off. Don't cut the yarn for color 1. Row 4 is completed. Move on to row 5. Crochet on the wrong side. Make 1 beginning chain. Turn your work. Work into the double crochet stitch below. Work 4 single crochets into each and every stitch. This is the last double crochet stitch. Work a single crochet into this stitch as well. Then make 3 chain stitches. In the half double crochet, 4 stitches into the same stitch, and crocheted together from the previous row. Work a single crochet. Note that this row is crocheted on the wrong side of the previous row. You can take a look from this side. The bobble stitch is at the top right. Do not crochet to this point. Work 3 more chain stitches. In the stitch to the right of the transition pattern, 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Work a single crochet. This is the right side of the 2 double crochets into the same stitch. From the wrong side. This stitch. Is the stitch on the right? Next, you will work into the bobble stitch of the leaf pattern and the transition pattern 2 double crochets into the same stitch in the stitch on the right side. Work a single crochet. Use 3 chain stitches as a transition between them. After completing the last group of leaf pattern single crochets, work 3 more chain stitches. Work a single crochet into the long needle on the left side. This corresponds to the double crochet stitch. At the position of the previous row's beginning chain. Don't forget to work a single crochet. Still pick up the 2 strands at the edge and back for crocheting. Row 5 is completed. Continue with row 6. Make 3 chains as a beginning chain, then turn your work. Start working double crochets from the second single crochet stitch. When you encounter a chain, pick up the entire chain. Work a double crochet. At each chain section, work 3 double crochets. Continue crocheting downward. After completing the last stitch, fasten off the yarn. Row 6 is completed. Next, work row 7. Work directly on the wrong side. Attach the yarn to the first stitch on the right side. Make 3 chains as a beginning chain. Then work 2 more double crochets. The chart shows a symbol for a stitch pattern where 3 double crochets cross over 1 double crochet. Since you are crocheting on the wrong side, this symbol will actually be worked in the opposite direction. Please watch me demonstrate. First, skip 1 stitch below, then work 3 double crochets. Next, in the previously skipped stitch, work 1 double crochet. The yarn should wrap around the previous 3 stitches. Stretch the loop to ensure the fabric lays flat. Then finish crocheting the double crochets. This is what it looks like when completed. Turn to the right side to see. The direction of the stitch pattern should match the chart. Continue crocheting downwards. For the crossing of 3 double crochets and 1 double crochet, skip 1 stitch first, then work 3 double crochets. Next, in the skipped stitch, work 1 double crochet. The yarn should wrap around the previous 3 stitches and stretch the loop. Then finish crocheting the double crochets. Another crossing stitch is completed. Continue crocheting downward following this process. After completing the last crossing stitch, crochet 4 more double crochets. Break the yarn. Row 7 is now complete. For the next row, row 8. Attach the yarn on the right side and start crocheting. Row 9 will be crocheted on the wrong side. The stitches are all quite simple, everyone can refer to the chart. I won't demonstrate after finishing this. Next, crochet row 10. Start with color 1 for the beginning chain. Turn your work. Crochet 1 double crochet and change colors. Switch to color 4. Then, with color 4, crochet 5 double crochets into the chain space below. For the last stitch, switch back to color 1. Crochet 4 more double crochets on the previous row. In the second stitch, crochet 1 double crochet. And switch to color 4. Continue crocheting 5 double crochets into the chain space. For the last stitch, change colors. In the second stitch below, crochet 1 double crochet. And change colors. Repeat this process. Finally, crochet 2 double crochets with color 1. Don't cut the yarn. Row 10 is completed. Now, crochet row 11. With color 1, make a beginning chain before crocheting the first chain. Take the yarn tail of color 4 and weave it inward from the edge as a transition. Turn the work over. Tidy up the yarn. Crochet 1 double crochet. Switch back to color 4. This row is crocheted on the wrong side. All the yarn tails from switching colors will be on the front side of the fabric, which is actually the wrong side. Crochet all the way down with double crochets. When you reach color 4 section, switch to color 4 and crochet. The next stitch is color 1 stitch. Switch back to color 1 and continue crocheting. Place all the yarn tails on the front side of the fabric. The next stitch is color 4. Switch back to color 4 and keep crocheting. This way, the transition threads won't be visible from the right side. Continue crocheting downward using this method. Finally, use color 1 to make 2 double crochets. Break color 4. Don't cut color 1. Row 11 is now completed. For the next rows from row 12 to row 16, The stitch patterns are quite simple. You can follow the chart for crocheting. I won't demonstrate these rows. Now we will crochet row 17. Join color 5 on the right side. Make 4 beginning chain stitches. Crochet a treble crochet into the chain below. Switch colors while working an incomplete stitch. Change to color 6. Then, on the left side chain, make a treble crochet 4 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together. First, work 4 incomplete treble crochets. Then yarn over and draw through all loops in once. This completes the stitch. Make another chain stitch. Since the next stitch involves a color change, use color 5 directly to crochet this chain stitch. On the left side chain, work a treble crochet 2 stitches into the same stitch. That is, in the same position. Crochet 2 treble crochets. Change to color 6 on the last incomplete stitch. Continue working following this method. Crochet a treble crochet into the second to last chain stitch. And complete the color change. On the last chain stitch, work a treble crochet 4 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together, and switch colors. On the last single crochet stitch, crochet a treble crochet. After completing, cut both colors of yarn. Row 17 is done. Consider rows 1 through 17 as a section. 1 complete sequence for phase 1. Crochet phase 1. After completing the corresponding number of full sequences, crochet the first 10 rows again. Finally, add one more row of single crochets. Note that the last row includes skipped stitches. Check the stitch count on the first row of each sequence. Follow this method to complete phase 1 on your own. After finishing phase 1, sew it together with a group of motif 2. I will use this sample for the demonstration. Everyone should follow the actual fabric you have in hand to sew it together. Still use the whip stitch method. With wrong sides facing each other. The first stitch corresponds to one chain of motif 2's corner. Sew by matching stitches row by row. When you reach the first seam, do not sew the chain stitches from both side corners. Go directly to the second motif. Match and sew the corresponding stitches. You can sew a bit more at this position to secure it firmly. Continue sewing by matching stitches row by row. When you reach the seam in the middle, pick up one thread that has been sewn and match it with a stitch for sewing. Lay the fabric flat. Continue on the next motif stitches and match to sew. For the remaining seam, do not sew the chain stitches on both sides. At the last corner position, match and sew the final stitch. Sew a few times to secure it firmly. Then take the yarn tail to the wrong side and fasten it off. For this specific sewing position, you can also adjust according to the actual situation, as long as the fabric remains flat. This phase of sewing on motif 2 is now complete. Next, we move to phase 2. Pick up stitches along the remaining long edge of motif 2. Continue crocheting back and forth. The new stitch technique used here is the HDC3 puff. Please watch my demonstration. First, crochet row 1. Join the yarn at the top right corner on the right side of motif 2. Start with a standing stitch. Then work double crochets evenly into each stitch. For the first seam, do not crochet into the corner chain stitches on both sides. Skip directly to the next motif and work a double crochet into the corresponding stitch. For the last seam, similarly, do not crochet into the corner chain stitches on both sides. End with a double crochet in the corner position. Check the stitch count against the chart. The first row is completed. Move on to the second row. Make a standing chain. Turn your work. Work a single crochet. Chain 2. Skip 2 stitches below. Work a double crochet in the third stitch. Chain 2. And work a double crochet. Chain 2 more. Skip 2 stitches below. Work a single crochet in the third stitch. Continue crocheting in this way. Finally, work a single crochet in the beginning chain of the previous row. Work a single crochet. The second row is completed. Move on to the third row. Make 4 chains as the standing stitch for the treble crochet. This serves as the beginning chain for the treble crochet. Turn the work in the chain space between 2 double crochets. Work 1 bobble stitch with 3 half double crochets, HDC 3 puff. That is, first make 3 incomplete half double crochets. Yarn over once, and pull through all loops. The HDC 3 puff is completed. Then chain 2. Work 1 half double crochet, 3 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together. Start by making 3 incomplete half double crochets. Yarn over once, and pull through all loops. Continue with 2 more chains. 1 HDC 3 puff, bobble stitch with 3 half double crochets. This set of stitches is referred to as one group. Work a slip stitch below. Then work another group of stitches in the chain space between double crochets, hook. 1 half double crochet, 3 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together. 2 chains, and 1 half double crochet, 3 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together. 2 chains. 1 half double crochet, 3 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together. This completes one group of stitches. Work another slip stitch. Continue in this manner down the row. After completing the last stitch in the final space, on the ending single crochet stitch, work 1 treble crochet, TR. Row 3 is now completed. Next, start working on row 4. Start by making 3 beginning chains. Turn the work in the previous row. At each chain stitch, work 1 double crochet. Chain 1 before the double crochet. After completing the last double crochet in the final chain stitch, work another chain stitch on the foundation chain below. Work 1 double crochet. Row 4 is completed. Consider the previous 4 rows as one complete sequence. After crocheting the corresponding number of complete sequences in phase 2, work another row of double crochets. When finished, don't cut the yarn. Repeat this process to complete phase 2 on your own. Next, continue with phase 3 after phase 2. You will need to change colors while crocheting. Please watch me demonstrate. Start with the first row. After making a standing stitch, turn your work. Work 1 double crochet. Chain 3. Skip 1 stitch below without working. Work 1 single crochet in the second stitch. Chain 3. Skip 1 stitch below without working. Work 5 double crochets downwards. Continue working in this manner. Finish with 2 double crochets. After completing, cut the yarn. The first row is done. Now work on the second row. Join the yarn on the right side. Make a standing chain. Then work 2 single crochets. Chain 1. Work 1 double crochet in the single crochet stitch. Chain 1. Continue working 5 single crochets in the double crochet stitches. Finally, work 2 single crochets. Repeat this process for the third and fourth rows. The first 4 rows make up one sequence. For phase 3, crochet the corresponding number of complete sequences plus 2 rows. Pay attention, starting from the second row. Change the yarn every 2 rows. The yarn color for the first row and the last row will be different. Refer to the chart for specifics. Complete phase 3 following this method. After completing phase 3, sew it together with a group of motif 3. The method is the same as the previous sewing technique. Start with a slip stitch at the corner position. Sew 1 stitch into the corresponding stitch. Then, sew each stitch to its corresponding stitch on one side of the seam. Sew 2 stitches correspondingly. On the other side, sew 1 stitch correspondingly. At the ending corner position, also sew 1 stitch correspondingly. The method is quite simple, everyone can complete it on their own. Next, on motif 3. The phase 4 involves picking up stitches and crocheting. The new stitch technique used is the puckered double crochet, a crossing of 2 double crochets over 1, and the puckered double crochet, a crossing of 1 double crochet over 2. Please watch my demonstration. First, work the first row. Join the yarn on the right side. Start with a standing stitch. Work 2 single crochets at the corner position. Work single crochets correspondingly into each stitch. Work 1 single crochet at each corner position on both sides. Continue to work single crochets correspondingly into each stitch. Work 2 single crochets at the ending corner position. Check the stitch count according to the chart. The first row is completed. Next, work the second row. Start with a standing stitch. Turn the work and crochet the corresponding number of double crochets. Following that is a puckered double crochet, a crossing of 2 double crochets over 1. Since you're crocheting on the wrong side, the actual crocheting will be in the opposite direction of the symbol. Skip 1 stitch first. Work 2 double crochets. Then work 1 double crochet into the skip stitch. Note that here you insert the hook from behind the double crochet. Wrap the yarn around once. Pull it through to the corresponding stitch. Stretch the loop slightly. This double crochet is worked individually. It does not wrap the 2 double crochets worked previously. Continue to complete the double crochets. After completion, from the right side, 1 double crochet will float on the front of the fabric, in the same direction as the chart. Below is a pucker where cross double crochet of 1 stitch and 2 stitches occurs. Skip 2 stitches first. Work 1 double crochet. When crocheting, slightly enlarge the loop. Then work a double crochet in the 2 skip stitches. Insert the hook in front of the double crochet here, which is on the wrong side. Work an isolated double crochet. Continue to complete the second isolated double crochet. After completion, from the right side, another double crochet will float on the front of the fabric, and its direction matches the chart. Continue to crochet the corresponding number of double crochets. Work 1 more. The pucker is from crossing 2 double crochets over 1. First, skip 1 stitch. Work 2 double crochets. Then insert the hook behind the double crochet. Work an isolated double crochet. Pull up the loop to enlarge it. This completes the crossing stitch. Continue and work 1 more. For a pucker from crossing 1 double crochet over 2. Start by skipping 2 stitches. Work a double crochet. Pull up the loop to enlarge it. Then work 2 isolated double crochets in front. This completes the crossing stitch. When crocheting on the wrong side, flip to the right side as you work. Check the texture of your crocheting. Continue working in this method. After completing the last double crochet, row 2 is completed. Move on to row 3. Start with a beginning chain. Crochet the corresponding number of double crochets. Then work 1 pucker double crochet crossing stitch, 2 stitches crossed over 1. Since you're working on the right side, follow the chart instruction for direction. Skip 2 stitches and work 1 double crochet. Enlarge the loop. Insert the hook behind the double crochet. Work 2 separate double crochets. The pucker double crochet crossing stitch, 2 stitches crossed over 1, is completed. Move down and work 1 pucker double crochet crossing stitch, 1 stitch crossed over 2. Skip 1 stitch first. Crochet 2 double crochets. Then work 1 double crochet in the skip stitch. Insert the hook from the front. Pick up this stitch separately. Make a double crochet, slightly enlarge the loop. The pucker double crochet crossing stitch, 1 stitch crossed over 2, is completed. You can see that these 2 stitches in this row and the 2 stitches from the previous row form a cross pattern on the right side of the fabric. Continue crocheting the corresponding number of double crochets. Then work 1 pucker double crochet crossing stitch, 2 stitches crossed over 1. Continue crocheting in this method. After completing the final double crochet, row 3 is completed. For row 4, work single crochets on the wrong side. Row 5 is worked on the right side. When you encounter crossing stitches, the direction should match the chart. You can refer to the demonstration of the corresponding stitches in row 3. Row 6 is worked on the wrong side. When you encounter crossing stitches, the direction will be opposite to the chart. And each double crochet is worked into the right side of the fabric. You can refer to the stitch technique demonstration for row 2. Complete rows 4 through 6 on your own. For phase 4, treat rows 1 to 6 as one complete sequence. After crocheting the corresponding number of full sequences, add another row of single crochets. Follow this method to complete phase 4 on your own. I won't demonstrate it. After completing phase 4, sew it together with motif 2. The method is quite simple. Please complete it on your own. Continue by working phase 5. On the other long edge of motif 2, start by picking up stitches and crocheting a row of single crochets. Then, from the wrong side, crochet the same pattern as phase 3. Refer to the chart for the number of repeats. After completing this, sew another motif. Continue by crocheting phase 6 on motif 1. The pattern is the same as phase 4. But the number of repeats is different. Refer to the chart for specifics. After completing this, sew together a set of pattern C. Once everything is completed, weave in all the yarn tails on the wrong side. Finally, work a round of single crochets along the edge on the right side. Attach the yarn at any point. Make a beginning chain. Then work single crochets into each stitch correspondingly. At the corner positions, based on the actual situation, work 3 or 5 single crochets. Continue working single crochets. For the edges of certain stitch patterns, directly pick up the corresponding yarn and work single crochets. The number of stitches is not fixed. Just ensure that the fabric piece lays flat. Work a round of single crochets along the edge using this method. Finally, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch and fasten off the yarn. This concludes the explanation of how to crochet the scarf. Next, let's learn how to make gloves. The glove is divided into the palm, the wrist, the thumb, and the fingers, 4 sections in total. The new stitch technique used here is working 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Start by making the palm section. It consists of 2 motifs. The first 7 rounds are identical to motif 3. Please crochet these on your own first. Then, move on to round 8. Join the yarn at the corner position. Start with a standing stitch, then work 2 more double crochets. Chain 1. Skip 2 stitches on the left bottom. In the third stitch, work 1 double crochet, work 3 stitches into 1 stitch, which means working 3 double crochets in the same position. This is the technique of working 3 stitches into 1 double crochet. Done. Work 1 chain, skip 2 stitches, work 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Continue crocheting by referring to the pattern chart. Work 3 double crochets at the corner position. Chain 2. And work 3 double crochets. Finally, go back to the first corner position. Work 3 double crochets. Chain 2. Join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Cut the yarn. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. The first motif of the pom is now completed. The second motif of the pom needs to be connected to the first motif when crocheting the 8th round. Start by joining the yarn. Join the yarn first. Work the same stitch pattern until you reach the left corner position. At the corner position, first crochet 3 double crochets. Chain 1. Stretch the loop. Take out the first motif. Place them with wrong sides facing each other. From the corner position, insert the hook from the right side and pull through the loop that was left. Work one more chain stitch. This effectively makes a connection. Continue back to the second motif's corner position. Work 3 double crochets. Enlarge the loop. Insert your hook into the corresponding side of the first motif. At the next chain stitch, pull the loop through. Work one more chain stitch. This connects them again. Go back to the corresponding position on the second motif. Work 3 double crochets into the same stitch. After completing, stretch the loop as well. At the next chain stitch, pull the loop through. Work one more chain stitch. When connecting with a slip stitch here, first draw through the loop that was left from the front side, then work the slip stitch. Continue to finish connecting this edge. At the corner position, work 3 double crochets first. Connect the first chain stitch with the corresponding corner. Then work 1 regular chain stitch. Two motifs have been connected along one edge. Continue crocheting the next edge. No need to connect while crocheting. At the corner position, work 3 double crochets first. Chain 1. The second chain stitch connects with the corresponding corner of the first motif. Work a chain stitch. Then go back to the second motif. Continue crocheting. This side has been joined twice. Continue crocheting. Join 3 times. Go back to the second motif. There are 2 places in the middle that don't connect. One, 2. After this part is done, you need to join at the corresponding position. It's this position. Continue joining and finish crocheting the second motif. At the corner position, make the first chain stitch connection. The second chain stitch does not connect, crochet as usual afterwards. Join with a slip stitch to the beginning chain. Tighten the yarn but don't cut it. The palm section is now completed. Take a look. The opening on the side of the yarn tail is for the wrist. Below is for the fingers. The side opening is for the thumb. Next, crochet the wrist part. Work in rounds on the right side of the fabric. For the first round, start with a beginning chain. Then make double crochets. To ensure a comfortable fit, you can skip 1 stitch every 1 to 3 stitches. Leave a space without crocheting occasionally. Just make sure the stitch count for the round is even when finished. After completing, join with a slip stitch to the beginning chain. Tighten the yarn. The first round is now complete. Next, crochet the second round. Here, we use a new stitch technique, the front post double crochet, FPDC. Start with a beginning chain, then make a front post double crochet. First, yarn over once. Insert the hook from the right side of the second double crochet through the space on the right side, and come out through the space on the left side. Just like this, pick up the entire double crochet. Yarn over and pull through. Continue to yarn over and complete the double crochet. That's a front post double crochet, FPDC. Move on to work a double crochet below. Make a front post double crochet on the left side. Insert the hook from the right side of the corresponding double crochet and come out on the left side. Pick up the entire double crochet, yarn over and draw the yarn through. Continue to complete the double crochet. Follow the pattern of 1 double crochet, 1 front post double crochet, and continue crocheting for this round. End with a front post double crochet. After completing it, slip stitch into the turning chain. Tighten the yarn. Round 2 is complete. Move on to round 3. Start with a turning chain and work a front post double crochet into the FPDC from the previous round. Work a double crochet into the double crochet stitch. After completing this round, slip stitch into the turning chain to finish. After completing the third round, you can try it on. If the tension doesn't fit properly, adjust the number of stitches in the first round in time. The remaining part of the wrist should be identical to the third round. Everyone can finish by cutting the yarn. This completes the crocheting of the wrist part. Next, we will crochet the fingers. Start by joining the yarn at the corresponding opening position. Begin with a turning chain. Then work single crochets. The position of the chain stitch and single crochet is not fixed. Ensure the fabric lays flat. Make sure the tension is appropriate. There's no need to join with a slip stitch after completing a round. Continue from where you left off, working single crochets into the previous chain stitches. Keep crocheting in rounds like this all the way down. Crochet for about 2 centimeters. Once you reach the desired length, finish with a slip stitch at the point where you want to end. You can add a few more stitches towards the left side for a smoother finish. This will make this area smoother. Cut the yarn. That concludes the crocheting for the finger section. Next, we'll move on to crocheting the thumb section. Start on the side closer to the wrist. Work along these two groups of double crochets on both sides, using single crochets and chain stitches. Begin in the middle. Pick up 4 stitches evenly across 2 double crochets. Then, in the gap on the left side, work a single crochet and a chain stitch. Turn your work. Continue working on the previous row in the chain stitches with single crochets and chain stitches. Keep working until you reach this gap. Turn your work. Continue working downwards from this opening, crocheting in rounds with short needles and chain stitches. The position of the single crochets is not fixed. Just ensure the fabric remains mostly flat. For the thumb section, crochet approximately 1.5 centimeters before breaking the yarn. The method to fasten off the yarn is the same as for the finger section. This way, one glove is completed. Next, use the same method to make the second glove. Note that, for the palm section, the color of the first complete motif should be different from the color of the first complete motif on the previous glove. After crocheting the gloves, the motifs on the palm side will match in color, and the motifs on the back of the hand will also match in color. Keep this in mind while making them. The rest of the sections are made using an identical method. This completes the explanation of the gloves. Up to this point, the entire scarf and glove set has been fully explained. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.